Today on Optimal Frequency, I've rolled up a random mystery for us to explore. It's the Today on Optimal Frequency, I've rolled up a random mystery for us to explore with the spirits, and it is the Babushka Lady. Now, how much of a mystery this is, I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to find out. Stay tuned. Good morning, day 2 of the Babushka Lady session, and I want to try a couple things today, and one of them is I want to get some more responses from this fridge since I have this old gal here for a few more days. It's not running right now, but if I open it up, maybe I'll start it up. Let's leave that open for a minute. And the other thing I want to try is at the sink, we are going sugar bowl less today. That's right, no sugar bowl. For the simple reason something happened during the last session, which was when I was firing up the kettle fountain on the left side. I got a couple responses in there as I was doing stuff. It was filling up and I was doing my thing over on the side, and those responses were so clear that I thought, you know what, I'm going to shoot the next session with just the kettle fountain running in that sink and see if that echo and if I can get it just right again, just to see how the responses are. I don't see much mystery. I think this is my take on it before we get going here, before I ask the spirits. And that is, it was just some random old woman who happened to be there shooting some photos of the president as he passed. And like everybody else, she ran off when the shots were fired, and she went home and never thought anything of it. Okay, the fridge just kicked on here. Can you spirits hear me today? This morning? The other day I asked if there were spirits hanging out in my fridge and you said, yeah, we're pretty cool. Was that a joke? Did you mean it was in a funny way, like, yeah, we're cool because we're actually in the fridge? So I just finished my prayer and I spoke to my team, I spoke to Jesus, Mother Mary, as usual, and I asked for St. Michael's protection, him and his angels to protect me, my space, my working space, you know, make sure there's no attachments. I noticed the cricket is not as loud this morning. Maybe this won't work as well as it did the other day. Okay, moving on to the session. Let's get some water going at the sink. Thank you for replying with the fridge if you did. The Babushka Lady is an unknown woman present during the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy, who might have photographed the events that occurred at the time John F. Kennedy was shot. Her nickname arose from the headscarf she wore, which was similar to scarves worn by elderly Russian women. The Babushka Lady was seen to be holding a camera by eyewitnesses and was also seen in film accounts of the assassination. She was observed standing on the grass between Elm and Main Streets and is visible in the Zapruder film, as well as the films of Orville Nix, Maureen Muchmore, and Mark Bell.
After the shooting, she crossed Elm Street and joined the crowd that went up the grassy knoll. She is last seen in photographs walking east on Elm Street. Neither she nor the film she may have taken have ever been positively identified.
Once I get enough water in here, I'm going to turn the little pump on and let it circulate. Is that going to be loud enough? I'm going to try and fix it 1 second. I wanted to get more water down in here into the hole. A little better echo maybe. Okay, I'm going to set up the sugar bowl as well, just because. Is that better with the sugar bowl? The camera right between the two of them. Okay, let's do this. Was the Babushka Lady just a random woman in the crowd who had come to see the president drive by that day? Did the Babushka Lady work in any capacity for the U.S. government? How old was that woman? Judging by those photos and her stance, I personally would guess that the woman was in her late 30s to early 40s. Am I right? Are all those conspiracy theories blown out of proportion concerning the Babushka Lady? Or are they warranted? In 1970, a woman named Beverly Oliver told conspiracy researcher Gary Shaw at a church revival meeting in Joshua, Texas, that she was the Babushka Lady. Oliver stated that she filmed the assassination with a Super 8 film and that she turned the undeveloped film over to two men who identified themselves to her as FBI agents. According to Oliver, she obtained no receipt from the men who told her that they would return the film to her within 10 days. She did not follow up with an inquiry. Oliver reiterated her claims in the 1988 documentary The Men Who Killed Kennedy. When confronted with the fact that the Yashica Super 8 camera she claimed to have used was not actually made until 1969, she stated that she received the experimental camera from a friend and that she was not even sure the manufacturer's name was on it. Was Beverly Oliver really the Babushka Lady?
Did she turn over her camera and film to the FBI? Did she capture anything important on that film? Was she really using a Yashishka prototype camera? Where did she get her camera that she used? Okay, and for the record, is Beverly Oliver lying about being the Babushka Lady? Okay, so as I put this together, this is what I think happened. This is the feeling I'm getting as I'm putting this together and I'm hearing their answers, the spirits' answers. I think Beverly Oliver probably was there as a 17-year-old girl somewhere along that parade route. I don't think she's the Babushka Lady. I think years later she recalled being there. She knows she took pictures of it or whatever. But maybe she even saw a photo of the Babushka Lady and said, hey, kind of looks like me, same high cheekbones, because I saw a picture. I compared the two, and they do look similar, but I think she was just too young at the time to be the Babushka Lady. And I think maybe she's trying to make more of a story of her day when she was there along the parade route than actually took place. That's just my take on it. And I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I think she did take pictures. She lost the film at some point. Never really paid attention to the film she took that day. It's not the film she claims it was. And she's lying about the camera and other stuff and just trying to make her story fit. That's my take on that section. Whether Oliver's story is true or not, even in part, it immediately attracted the attention of conspiracy theorists. The most common theories are that the Babushka Lady was a Russian spy or that she was a dirty government official. Some speculated that she was a member of the Secret Service or that the camera she was holding was actually a gun. Given that Oliver had seemingly come out of nowhere and didn't fit the description of the lady in the photos, theorists immediately began to suspect that Oliver had a sinister background. Today, aside from Beverly Oliver, no other leads on the Babushka Lady's true identity have ever panned out. Perhaps Oliver's story is true and the footage really was taken by people claiming to be FBI agents. But if so, where are they now, and what happened to that footage? Perhaps the real Babushka Lady is still out there, hidden away, and holding on to her little piece of JFK history. Was the camera that the Babushka Lady that she was using, was that a real camera, or was it a gun? And finally, I want to know, just because it made me laugh, did you spirits laugh as hard as I did at that last picture I inserted showing the Babushka Lady with an AK? Put your hands in the air if you think it was funny. Do you spirits have a message for any of our viewers? If so, please say their name and then leave them a message. Alright, spirits, thank you very much for coming through here and at the fridge if you did come through, and I'm sure you did. I'm sending out a love, joy, peace, and adventure to all of you. And same to you viewers, love, peace, joy, and adventure to all of you.